Okay, thanks for being on tonight. This is probably going to be, I don't know. I probably won't be on next week or the week after that. Because I'm due on Sunday, so everyone be praying that I go into labor naturally, hopefully this weekend. Um, I think so next week we have the week off, and then the week after that, I think Kate Netton is going to um, help lead a casual call. Um, Probably like a live power hour type thing. I potentially could jump on that one, but just kind of a heads up on that. Um, Couple things I wanted to point out. Recently, this past week, I have posted some helpful documents on the team page as far as what to do when signing up a coach. I know that a lot of us kind of like freeze or like, oh my gosh, someone wants to sign up as a coach. What do I do? And so I created a document that's just kind of a step by step. Make sure you're signing them up in this way, and this is what you do as soon as you sign up a coach. So I posted that document in our team page. I also posted the a document called like new coach or Team Thrive United new coach GSR, which stands for Getting Started Right. And that is a document that I send to all new coaches as soon as they sign up. It's basically, there's like 2 training links on there, and it's basically a page that says, what are your goals with coaching? So that I know how to help you be the type of coach you want to be. So make sure you're jumping in the Team Thrive United page, files tab for those helpful coach documents when you sign new coaches. So I put those in there. And then make sure you guys saw the Morning Meltdown 100 dates calendar. I posted that earlier this afternoon, just something to be aware of. Make sure you guys are kind of doing shameless plugs here and there about that new program that's coming out in July, because they will be able to access VIP access to, I'm pretty sure Jericho is putting together like a warm-up calendar for July, or you know how like Lift 4 had a couple sneak peek workouts like called Before Lift 4. I'm pretty sure she's going to do something similar to that in July. So anyone who has VIP early access should have access to those. So just know that your customers will be able to purchase that mid-July. So make sure they have a heads up on that. Their pricing has been released, and there has been a training on Beachbody Champions page over all of that. I will share that link into Team Thrive United tonight because it was super helpful. So anyway, okay. Jumping into the topic tonight, which is inviting like it's a party. And this is kind of something I piggybacked off of Ashley Locken. She's like a top Beachbody coach. She did a training on this not too long ago, and I thought it was amazing. So I took some notes, and I'm basically just going to share them with you. So, first things first, I know that a lot of us, we all know that inviting is the heartbeat to our business. It's also the scary thing. It's like easy, but we just have to like find the time to sit down and actually do it. And for some reason, it's just daunting for so many people, even though it's like really easy. So I'm not necessarily going to be going over scripts per se tonight, because I already have that invite script in the files tab of our team page that you guys can always relate to or refer to. So I'm not necessarily going to go over that part of things, but I'm basically going to go over our mindset around what inviting should be and our vibe when we are inviting. So thinking about inviting like it is a party. So think back to your college days when you're a freshman, she gave this like analogy story of when you're a freshman, you don't know anybody, but say you want to throw a party. But how can you throw a party when you don't know anybody? People don't know your vibe. You don't really have a reputation. So therefore, you literally have to send out invites to people in order to get them to come to your party. That way, when they come to your party, they can kind of check out your vibe, see what you're all about. And then once that first party has taken place, those people will go out and kind of start spreading the word about how that party was. And soon enough, you kind of start building this reputation. And people who like came to your first party will most likely come back to your second party. And maybe they'll bring a friend that next time. And so to think about throwing a party or thinking about when you're sending out invites, you always have to remember that even if people, or think about it like yourself, even if you know you can't go to a party, you still like to get an invite, right? Because you feel loved, you feel thought about, you think that that was thoughtful. So just always keep that in mind, that even if they know they can't come, people still want to be invited to things. They feel special. So over time, thinking about and like inviting to a challenge group, over time, you're going to be building a reputation and credibility on your page and your profile. So you have to think that, remember, if we're inviting to a party, it's a fun thing. Our groups are fun. These programs are fun and literally life-changing. So why not extend the invite? It's like we have this moral obligation. If you have something that you love, if you went and saw a movie that you just absolutely loved, or you found this recipe that you absolutely loved, you can't help but want to share that with other people, right? Oh my gosh, I just saw this movie. It was so amazing. You have to go see it. So when we have something that is so amazing, that's literally potentially changed a lot of our lives, whether it's a program or a nutrition plan or just the challenge groups in general, has affected you in some way to the point where now you're a coach. So it's obviously affected you in some super positive way. And we have to look at this opportunity. We have to look at these programs. We have to look at our groups as literally a gift that we could be giving to other people. So we have to start looking at it as this is kind of a moral obligation, that if you have something that is great, you feel obligated to share it with others. So our whole mindset should be that this is a gift and I need to share this gift with other people. So start thinking about, how has this specifically changed your life? How have you benefited from any whatever program that you super loved? And maybe you're somebody who has an awesome transformation, and or like whether that's a physical transformation or an internal transformation, whatever that is, that needs to be at the forefront of your mind when you're inviting. So 3 key components to be thinking about when you're inviting: faith, as in like belief in yourself; enthusiasm; and action. So faith, you need to believe in the process. You need to believe that, like looking at other successful coaches and seeing that they can do it, that you can do it too. You need to believe in yourself. How, like, I know that's so like cliche, but when you have belief in yourself, you have this whole nother level of confidence. And when you can exude confidence, it's going to shine through on your Instagram posts, in your captions, in your messages to other people. So thinking back to, I have a dang awesome transformation, and those first 3 months that I spent in my challenge group before I became a coach were so fun to me. I remember waking up early in the morning and like wanting to check the Facebook page to see who had gotten their workout in that morning. I thought it was fun. I didn't even know anyone in my page at all. And so like I just think back to how much fun I had with it and the results that I got and the results that I'm proud of, even though I'm growing a baby right now and I have a lot of work to do once this baby is out. But I have that story that I can revert back to and share with other people. And therefore, that has given me confidence in my conversations with people. So belief that the product works, belief that the programs work, belief that you yourself are a leader and have the capabilities to lead other people to the same type of success that you've gotten with these products and programs. So faith is the first one. Enthusiasm is the other one. People are going to buy into your joy before they buy into anything else. So be pumped up. Like when you are talking about, well, first of all, if you guys haven't recorded a video of yourself talking to your Instagram stories yet, that's your number one challenge for tonight or tomorrow, is to get on your Instagram stories and talk and make a video. When people hear your voice, when people hear your excitement, they feel like they are getting to know you on a whole new level. So step outside your comfort zone and freaking talk to your followers because they want to get to know you. And when you are talking to them, don't be monotoned. I know the first time you might be like kind of shy and talk kind of quiet, but overall, you'll get a little bit more comfortable and you need to let your personality shine through. So enthusiasm, be pumped up. Don't be boring. Think back to your high school days, your college days. We all had that one teacher that was like super boring and monotone, and he just talked like this the whole time, and everybody pull out your books, and this is what we're going to study, and this is what we're going to learn, and it was boring because the teacher made it boring. And then we had another teacher who was freaking awesome, who loved what they talked about, who made it fun and exciting, because the teacher, even if it was like a boring subject, if the teacher made it sound exciting, students were leaning in. Students were engaged in conversation because the teacher made it fun. So enthusiasm and how you present yourself and how you present these programs that you're doing and how you come on after you got your workout done, you're all sweaty, you can present yourself in a way that's super positive and be like, I was like super unmotivated today, but oh my gosh, I feel so much better now that I've got it done. I feel super energized. I'm ready to conquer my day. This was my favorite move. Like, be excited about it. Be pumped up, because the more excited you are about something, other people are going to like lean in and not swipe away from it. They're going to be like, oh, this girl's jazzed. She's like actually entertaining. She's funny. She uses fun facial expressions. Like, just be yourself and let your personality shine through, because enthusiasm is what people are going to be drawn to and come back to. So, faith, enthusiasm. And part of that is like, look happy in your pictures. Obviously, every day we're not going to be super happy every day, and we have to share some pain points occasionally too. But when people come to your profile page, your billboard, your business is like displayed on your profile, right? We want them to see our joy. We want them to see the smiles on our faces. There are so many awesome stories. I don't know if you know who Anita Gibbs is, but she is like, used to be a top 10 coach. And the whole reason she decided to sign up as a coach in the first place was because, one, she was going through a really dark time. She was really depressed. And when she came across her coach's page, her coach's profile, and saw that her coach was super happy and was like confident in her self-image and was exuding joy, that's what drew her in. She didn't even care about, the health and fitness programs at the time. She was just like, this girl's freaking happy. I'm super depressed and I need some joy in my life. Whatever this girl has, I need it, because this girl's exuding so much joy and I need joy in my life. So smile, be excited, look happy in your photos, be enthusiastic. Okay, last one. Action. This is, although there's like a lot of different angles to come at this business, it is ultimately, I shouldn't say ultimately, but it does definitely come down to being a numbers game. Now, we all have different goals in this business, whether you want to be, a 15-star diamond or you just want to be, paying for your Shakeology. We're going to have different types of goals. But if you look at Kate Morgan or Kate Schultz, who literally hit 6 figures in her first year as a coach because she sent 62 invites a day. I don't think I've ever done that myself. But she sent 62 invites a day for a year. And because she did it in that amount, she had really big goals. You might not have as big of goals as she did. But if you do have big goals, she knew that the numbers would play into that and help those goals become a reality. So she sent 62 invites a day, and it got her to 6 figures in her first year as a coach. So you can't expect big things to happen if you're just sending 3 to 5 invites a day. So if you, let's talk bare minimum. If you are hoping to hit Success Club every single month, you basically are guaranteed that you are going to have to talk to at least 100 people a month to get 3 yeses. So think about that. If you want to get at least 3 yeses, you're most likely going to have to talk to 100 people, whether they're new people or follow-ups, a month to get that number of yeses, especially as a newer coach. So it's a numbers game. You have to reverse engineer your goals and plan out, how much time do I have in a day? What are my goals? They might not be super big goals, but if they are big goals, I need to know how many invites I should be sending a day or a week, because I might not be working every day. So it has to, if you have big goals, if you are pushing for diamond, which I'm pretty sure everyone is pushing for diamond, you have to set realistic goals. That is a numbers game, and I can help you think through this. And we kind of talked about this a couple weeks ago when we had that reverse engineering your goals call. You just have to know that it takes action. We all know that we've all said it to ourselves before. I just need to sit down and do the work. Yeah, I'm busy, but everyone can chisel out an hour a day or 30 minutes here and 30 minutes there. But it just literally comes down to sitting down and making ourselves actually do the work. So if you want big goals, you have to take massive action. 10x your goals. If 3 to 5 invites a day is not getting you anywhere, then triple that and see what happens. Okay, next is the next thing that's going to help you bring in more conversations to start inviting more people is to be a storyteller. So ultimately, we are here to help people find a solution to their health problems, not just to sell a product. We are here to help people find a solution to their health problems. So if we're here to be a storyteller, if we're here to help people find the solution, we have to be sharing our own stories and our own pain points to our stories that made us fall in love with the solution ourselves. So, again, a couple weeks back, we did a call on, I think I named it how to create content to share on your Instagram. And what we did was we created this struggle web, or this brainstorming web of struggles that we all had. For example, my struggles were binge eating, lazy at the gym, didn't know what to do at the gym, Health streak quitter. So I'd always go on these health streaks and then I'd quit. Or yo-yo dieter. So those were like my 5 struggles. And I listed out all my struggles before Beachbody, what I would, or like sugar addiction was definitely one of them. Or like my sweet tooth. Or maybe this girl who gave this call talked about how she'd always been self-conscious about her thunder thighs. And so thunder thighs was one of her like pain points or struggles that she would put on this brainstorming web. And then for every pain point or every struggle, she created the solution. How did Beachbody programs or products help her with one of these things? So, for example, my binge eating problem was my pain point, one of my pain points. And the solution to that was the portion control containers helped me learn balance. So I would create a post someday about telling a story based around my issue with binge eating and how I struggled with it, and then how 2 years ago, January 2017, I started incorporating a simple meal plan based on portion control. And I basically just tell a story of a solution that I found to my problem. I'm not necessarily talking about this nutrition plan is amazing and it's all about macronutrients and it's color coordinated, and I'm not like giving the details of the nutrition program in a post. I'm just telling my story of, hey, I used to struggle with binge eating and it was really embarrassing and I struggled with it for a long time, and I finally decided I was tired of struggling with it. I was tired of making myself sick, and so I decided to start trying this new portion control system. And alongside my accountability group, I got these before and after photo, and I share my before and after or whatever. I'm sharing about my struggle and the solution to my struggle. So that's one example. Another example would be being lazy at the gym and how I loved going to the gym. I've always gone to the gym, but I got lazy with my routine. I got tired of asking my husband to write me workout programs, and his workout programs never talked about nutrition anyway. So I have this issue. I got lazy at the gym. I didn't know what to do. I didn't like my routine. And so I decided to look into these online fitness programs. And so basically I would encourage everybody to sit down and write down 5 pain points or 5 struggles that you guys had, and what is something that either a challenge group or program or coaching has done to help you come up with a solution to one of these struggles or to one of these pain points. And that right there is going to give you content and a story to tell, to connect with your followers, to build rapport, to build a reputation, to relate to other people who have that same struggle as you. When they come across your page and they catch the caption of, oh, this girl's talking about binge eating, or, oh, this girl's talking about sugar addiction. I struggle with sugar addiction. And when they see your story and they see that you found a solution to that issue, they're going to relate to you. And when you reach out to them and invite them, they're going to be like, oh yeah, the other day I saw that you struggle with sugar addiction. I totally struggle with that too. So when we use our own stories and help people see the solution that we have found, it is so much easier to invite people to join a group that has personally changed us and personally helped us find a solution to our problems. It is so much easier to invite people than to try and sell a product, right? So Shakeology is probably everyone's hardest thing to talk about. I personally always mention, I don't go and list off, there's like 70 amazing ingredients in Shakeology. That's not what I talk about when I'm telling somebody what Shakeology is. When I'm talking about Shakeology, I always lead with Oh my gosh, it's so good. It totally helped me curb my sweet tooth because the chocolate tastes like cake batter or whatever. I always say it helped me curb my sweet tooth and it regulated my digestive system. And I'll use like the poop emoji to like be funny. So I talk about how it solved a solution for me. Everyone has, like, almost literally almost everyone has a sweet tooth, right? And that is one of the biggest issues when someone's trying to start a health and fitness journey is, I just can't stop snacking, or I just have such a sweet tooth. I just, I need a cookie or whatever. Not everyone, a lot of people have that problem. So if we can present Shakeology in a way as a solution to it, I've made like so many delicious recipes based from Shakeology. Oh, I make these chocolate Reese's peanut butter cups from this chocolate superfoods protein. It's so good, and it totally helps take care of my sweet tooth, afternoon sweet tooth. Or it's really easy it's super great for taking a quick breakfast on the go in the morning. Whatever. Present it as a solution, and then if they get in the nitty-gritties and you want to give them a little bit more information because they're asking for a little bit more information, then you can go into that. But you have to lead with it as a solution to one of their problems, because then they'll connect better in that way. So be a storyteller, find your story, share your story, and then people will connect with that, making it easier to invite. And okay, and another thing I wanted to talk about was, I understand that not everyone has progress photos. Like Kate Netton has like always been in great shape, but what's awesome is these programs have helped her stay in shape and have helped her maintain her progress from being a college athlete to now being like 2 years out of college, and she still looks just as great because these programs have helped her go Kate, have helped her stay in shape or maintain or get more toned or whatever. So anyway, I know everyone doesn't have physical progress photos, but if you do have them, it is super important to, one, not only be sharing them on your profile on a regular basis, but to also be sharing them in one-on-one private conversations. So when I'm talking to someone who's relatively new to my page, I should say, and hasn't been following me for a long time, but is showing interest to our groups, I always make sure that when I'm talking to them about, I'm sharing, I'm going through my script of, this is what our challenge groups are like, we're using these programs, and then I always bring it back to, personally, I've enjoyed these programs because ABCD, and then I share one or two of my progress photos, before and after photos. And that always seems to grab people's attention, especially if they don't seem very engaged in the conversation. As soon as I have shared that before and after, it takes things to a whole nother level, because they're like, oh, this girl's serious. Oh, this girl has actually done a lot of different programs from Beachbody, and she knows what she's talking about because she's done it. So if you have progress photos, don't be afraid to share those in individual one-on-one messages with people, because if it worked for you, it can most likely work for them. So makes things personal. Okay, so basically when it comes to a lot of those things, Sorry,
I'm not sure.
I forget what that thing's called, but I thought I was talking to it. Okay, so a lot of those things were how to help you with kind of public inviting, sharing on your Instagram stories, being enthusiastic, what to share as far as content on your profile and captions and whatnot. So when it comes to private messaging, I know it would be so great if we could just always do public invites on our Instagram stories and use the poll of yes or no. Are you interested? You will find out that after a while, almost like no one hits your polls. And like I have 1,000 people almost watching my Instagram stories on a daily basis at this point. And whenever I use a poll, the last time I used a poll, I think like 2 people hit it out of 1,000. So just know that you're not alone when your polls are low. So other ways that are really awesome for using a poll is casual questions. Like this last weekend, I posted a picture of Devin and I doing the same yoga pose, and I said, who did it better, like Devin or Sierra? And then like 4 people voted for Devin and 200 people voted for me. Like people will like to interact with those things, so definitely keep using those. So every once in a while, use a poll or a question for something that's not as direct for a challenge group, but something that's still fun, like a yoga pose, because those are people who are engaging with your posts, and you can still go through and respond to all those people. Like in this case I didn't, but I could have gone back to all like 100, 200 of those people who voted for me and been like, LOL, heck yes, I'm in a lower squat than he is. Are you into yoga too? Boom, conversation started because they just decided to vote for me. Another great way to get engagement is, did you get your workout in today? Yes or no? Or did you get your workout in today? Yes or no, I need to. A lot of people will respond to that, and that's another great conversation starter to the people who said, no, I didn't get my workout in today but need to. You can respond to every single one of those people and be like, you can totally do it. I did it. You can do it. What type of workouts are you doing these days? Boom, conversation started because of these people who just like to interact on a poll. That's not necessarily, yes, I'm interested in your challenge group, but it gets a conversation started. Okay. I'm not looking at the chat box yet, but I'll look at that here in a minute. So anyway, when it comes to private messaging, take a look at the invite scripts that I have in the page. And remember that whenever you I know that we come to tons of objections and tons of excuses as to why people are, giving us pushback or aren't necessarily interested, or they're interested, but the pricing's too much. I have another team call that we did that was about overcoming objections, and I actually have a PowerPoint. I don't think I ever posted that on the team page, but I have a PowerPoint that talks about, like, there's like 4 different scripts for every kind of objection. So I will share that with you guys, but also just remember that it comes back to using the feel, felt, found method. Feel, felt, found. Oh my gosh, I totally know how you feel. I was a little bit nervous about the price myself when I first signed up, but I found that it was so much cheaper to do this from home than to spend, $70 at my monthly membership that I used to be at. Or, oh my gosh, I know how you feel. I felt like nervous to start a new program myself too. That's always whenever someone gives you pushback, I always like to ask why. Specifically, like usually they'll give me a vague excuse like, oh, maybe next month or something vague. I will say, okay, no problem. Is there a specific hesitation that you have? Is it more of a financial hesitation, or are you just a little bit intimidated to start something new? If we can get that answer from them, we know how to kind of counteract or turn the conversation. So maybe it's not a financial issue. Maybe they're just like scared and intimidated or think that they're going to fail. So if you can, don't always take no for an answer. If someone says maybe next month, always ask why, or always ask what their specific hesitation is so that you can address that. Okay. And then as far as follow-ups go, do not let a solid conversation be ghosted for more than 2 days max. So you're having a solid conversation and then they've seen it but they haven't responded. Do not let that go for more than 2 days. Follow up with them with something brief. Hey girl, just checking in real quick, make sure you saw my last message. Hey girl, just checking in to see what you thought about my last message. Always don't be afraid to follow up with those people if they've seen it, and especially if it was a solid conversation and conversation was flowing. Always follow up with them within 24 hours. Especially if you've gone through the whole conversation, you've shared the pricing, and they've seen the pricing, you for sure need to follow up with that person within 24 hours. While it's fresh in their mind, while they're thinking about their fitness goals, while they're probably just talking to their significant other about it and forgot to get back to you or mean to get back to you. If you have shared pricing, always follow up within 24 hours. Okay, I'm going to open this chat box now. And feel free to unmute yourself. Yes, so Kaylee was talking about how the feel, felt, found method is something that her brother uses in the real estate. My dad is also, we're going to run out of time. My dad's also in sales, and he says feel, felt, found is a great method to use. Okay. We have less than a minute left. Sorry, I rambled forever. Was this helpful? Okay. Okay, I'm going to look through these chats, and if there's anything I need to answer, I'll answer it on the team page. But thanks for being on tonight, and let's try and take a quick boomerang before it ends. But fresh month, everybody set new goals for July. Not July, we're in June. And let's get after June strong. All right, everybody say cheese on 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll tag everyone. Have a good Wednesday, and thanks for being on. I really appreciate it. Bye, guys.